Hi, and welcome to Peachleaf Valley, The Seeds of Love by the great Gratuski. Gratuski? Who knows? This is supposed to be a sort of farm sim? Thrilled. For no reason. Yeah, it's the name I want. A new start, so I close my eyes to old ends and open my heart to new beginnings. By Nick Fredrickson. I swallow a lump forming in my throat as my boss slowly brings his gaze up to meet mine.
You're fired!
No! What? Is this the type of work you deem worthy enough to submit to us after such a lenient deadline? Then I honestly don't have much else to say to you. I can resubmit a new draft to make changes necessary. But what exactly is wrong with the current proposal? I thought that...
Everything!
Oh jeez. No yell, I'm sensitive. I can't help but gulp as my boss narrows his eyes at me, slamming his hands on the desk. I watch as he coldly taps on my art proposal before clearing his throat. This is not the level nor quality of work we expected when we hired you as lead artist for this project, Mr. Oh god, I feel it in my soul.
It's almost as if you deem this position to be a joke of sorts.
Sir, I can assure you this is most definitely not the case. The urgency in my voice pitches my volume higher and I can't help but tense up in my chair. It isn't like that at all. I was beyond overjoyed and truly honored to be chosen for this project. I admit perhaps my art quality has not been the highest as of late, but I can change that. Please allow me to resubmit a new... No, and this is not something to be discussed. Desperation rises in my chest as I feel panic settle into my stomach, and I unconsciously stand and bow my head. Sir, please, I'm begging you, I cannot afford to lose this position right now. There's a reason I haven't been able to concentrate. Is because I'm in the process of getting evicted. My apartment complex suddenly announced their demolition plans, and I've been swamped attempting to find a new place and finish this proposal, but I swear to you I can...
Tell me, why is it that your excuses are always more creative than your art pieces?
What a jerk. My heart feels like it stopped in my chest as I stare at a pair of ice-cold eyes staring back at me. For a moment I feel like a deer peering into bright, fast-approaching headlights, second from a tragic fate. I can only watch my boss open his mouth once again, grabbing my proposal in the process.
Perhaps you should have become a writer instead, if you're so good at coming up with stories.
Oh, what?
However...
We need an artist, not a writer, one that can deliver work, not excuses. I can feel my blood run cold as I watch my boss slowly grab my art proposal. The very same proposal I had stayed up working day and night for the last several weeks. The very same one that just a few hours ago I was so proud of.
Your proposal was... garbage, for lack of a better word.
I hope you'll come to realize that, as an artist, he narrows his eyes as he opens the cover of my proposal one last time before looking back up at me and throwing it in the trash. You're an easily replaceable asset in such a competitive industry. You're going to spend more time fabricating excuses rather than meeting a client's minimal expectations, and perhaps you should have considered a different career choice.
You're not an artist. You're an amateur.
You caught me. And this company is not looking to employ amateurs. We're looking to employ professionals. One that you have probably been replaced with. Oh, already. English is hard. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. Ooh. Feels very Japan. I watch as all sorts of people stream like ants through the city streets, each with their own destination in mind. Eventually, I can't do much else and opt to stare into a lukewarm cup of coffee in front of me. Fired and called garbage right to your face, huh? Definitely not how I expected my weekend to start. My heart feels heavy as I look up from my drink to excuse me, gaze out at a clear blue sky that seems to stretch on forever amidst towering skyscrapers. And to think of how beautiful a day it is today. It almost feels like the world's mocking me somehow. My attention is diverted when I hear the sound of a child laughing. Creepy. My eyes trail over to a young boy tugging his mother's arm with one hand and clutching a small sketchbook in another as the pair sit down at a table near my own. He opens the sketchbook, flipping to a page of a specific drawing before suddenly jumping up on the chair. The mother laughs as she watches her son strike the same pose as the crayon-colored character before her. Oh, and this is Thunderbolt. I drew him during recess when everyone else was outside. Is that why he's so handsome? Look at all these details. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Munchkin. You're getting so good at drawing. Hey, thanks, Mom. When I grow up, I want to become an artist and draw my own superheroes. Oh, you're going to be a great artist, sweetie. I just know it. You're already so talented and you work so hard. What else could you need? I feel the grip on my coffee tighten as I watch the beaming child show his mom more and more sketches in his book. The sparkled look of joy, hope, and happiness that beams in his eyes is one I remember well. I can't help but swallow the forming lump in my throat as I grab my drink and slam it into the nearby trash can, along with my soul. As I walk away from the tables, I shake my head sadly as a mother and son's laughter echoes in my ears and my heart. Be stupid, kid. As much as we all want it to be that way, the truth is, hard work doesn't guarantee anything in the real world. The only thing it'll earn you is realizing just how stupid those dreams of yours once were. For your sake, I hope along the path of life you find something else that can make you smile like that. Because art just isn't worth it. Take it from me. There's some truth in that, for sure. Without uttering a word, I quickly walk away to escape watching a shadow of what I once used to be. A shadow of a happy, dreaming kid who loved what she did more than anything. The shadow of a person who doesn't exist anymore. My feet carry me down familiar city streets as the evening sun begins to set and golden hues illuminate the sky. But before I have a moment to take in the uplifting sight, an email notification from my phone commands my attention. Am I inheriting a farm? Dear Miss Sorrell, this is an urgent reminder. Please be aware that you have 3 days to vacate the premise at 302 New Street Lane. The demolition of the complex will begin Monday morning at sunrise. All tenants and belongings must be removed by then. Any and all belongings that still remain on the property by the next Monday will be considered garbage and thrown away. Please act accordingly. Monday? This is impossible! I gawk at my phone as I stop to read the full email, earning a few strange glances from other passerby. My heart races in my chest as I frantically dial my landlord's number. After a few minutes, a voice picks up.
Hello, this is Frank speaking.
Hello. Frank, this is Cyril from apartment 302. I just got an email from the complex saying the demolition begins Monday morning? How is that possible when barely a week ago you told me I had another month to move?
Oh, yeah, about that. Sorry for the confusion, but there's been a slight change in the plans.
You jerk. What are you talking about? Yeah, you see, the company that bought the complex wants to stop building a water park on it ASAP, and while the original agreement said a month...
The CEO called me yesterday and offered me $500,000 to start next week. Can you believe it?
What?
I know! Ain't that something? So, yeah, you gotta get out of there.
Get out of here. Frank, are you crazy? How am I supposed to find a place to live and move into in 3 days? It's Friday!
Yeah, I understand and all that, but, money talks, baby!
Sorry about the short notice, but, I'll need you out pronto. But Frank...
Oh, got another call coming in. Ain't much more to discuss, sweetheart. Deal's a deal.
By Monday morning, I need you out of there. No ifs, ands, or buts. By awful. New York accent. I scream out in frustration as the call drops and I can only gawk into my phone. By Monday? Where the hell am I supposed to go? I just got laid off, for God's sakes. Taking notice of the passing strangers and nearby security guards shooting me curious glances, I feel my cheeks flush red in embarrassment. I clear my throat as I continue walking forward. I need to calm down or I'm going to risk getting arrested at this point too. But hell, at least I'll have a rent-free place to stay by Monday. Just as I attempt to calm myself by heaving a few deep breaths, my stomach lets out a disturbed growl. I rub my belly as I glance at the time. And to top it all off, I haven't even been eating properly trying to meet the stupid deadline. What was it even for in the first place? Maybe I should just grab some fast food, go home, and try to plan out exactly how I'm going to survive the next 72 hours. Good gravy. As I barely take a step forward, a speeding car honks angrily at me, causing me to quickly tumble backwards in an attempt to dodge it. An angry-looking man lowers his window as he flashes me the finger.
Hey, what the hell? Watch where you're going, lady!
I'm walking here. That's my line, you jerk. Where'd you learn to drive? I can't help but to let out a shaky breath as I watch the driver flip me off again before angrily taking off. I look down to catch the sight of myself on the floor, now a few bleeding scratches adorning my hands and knees. I glance up to see people passing by left and right, but no one bothers to help. Not so much as even spare me a glance. As I look up at the looming buildings on both sides of me, I can't tell what suddenly feels colder. The concrete floor or the hearts of the people in this city. Oh, that's sad. I let out what feels like the millionth sigh of the day as I wrap my arms around my frame from the chilly night air that's begun to settle. As my apartment complex finally comes into view, I can't help but stop in place. Home sweet home, huh? Well, not for much longer anyways. As I reach for my keys, I catch sight of a wooden sign that seems oddly out of place, resting against the streetlight next to me. Semi-annual farmers market. Last sunrise to sundown. Today only. I raise an eyebrow in the direction of the signpost as I tilt my head towards the entrance of a nearby park. Farmers market? I didn't even know those happened in this kind of city. Maybe they'll have something cheap and good I can grab for lunch tomorrow. Just about anything's better than that nasty burger I had for dinner. Ugh. With newfound interest, I decide to make my way towards the park. As I walk into the park, the realization of what time it is hits me as I watch people finish moving large tents and baskets into trucks. Damn, I missed it. I didn't realize how late it had already gotten. That sign was probably put up way earlier today, huh? Yay. More expired ramen for lunch it is. What a menu. Deciding to at least walk off the 90% grease and 10% burger I grabbed for dinner, I stroll down the venue and spot various folk still packing. The rustic and humble-looking stalls of fruit and vegetables being sold grab my attention, but what intrigues me more is the people packing them. I watch as these vendors, most of whom are dressed in simple worn clothes and mismatched colors, laugh and joke amongst each other. Many are covered in sweat and dirt from the hard day's work, but the look on their faces is what really captured my attention. Why do they look so happy? Despite the visible weariness of the day, almost every face I can spot is graced by an expression of utmost joy. As they chat amongst each other and continue packing, one would assume that perhaps they had the best sales day of their life. But the many carts of unsold fruit and vegetables in the back of several trucks dictate otherwise. They seem so genuinely happy. I can't help but to feel a little jealous. As I smile sadly and continue walking forward, I almost near the end of the long street. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, a big sign decorated with vibrant flowers catches my attention. Help wanted. Various positions open at Peachleaf Valley. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. Heck, yes. I find my eyes transfixed on the words written before me. For some reason, I can't help but read the sign over and over again, almost as if waiting for the words to sink into me. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I can only blink blankly as I mumble the line aloud, but the sudden sound of approaching footsteps distracts me. I turn to look at the face of a short old man with a funny-looking mustache. The man shoots me a kind smile as he places a small crate of flowers down next to him before motioning towards the sign.
Evening there, missy. I'm afraid you're a bit late for the market.
Sad.
It seems you might have missed all the good deals, but, well, Are you interested in hearing more about the valley by chance?
As if the question snaps me back into reality, I find myself instinctively shaking my head as I step back. No, sorry, I was just taking a look. I'll be going
Is
now.
that so? Well, all right then.
Have yourself a good night, young lady. Oh, and here. I can't help but blink twice as the old man holds up a pretty flower to my face. It's the same type as those ones filling the crates next to him. Well, I believe that's just a pink rose. I'm sorry I didn't really have any money on me, and
Now.
gifts aren't meant to be paid for, you know? At his warm words and cheerful expression, I can't help but smile shyly as I take the vibrant blooming flower from his hand. Thank you, it's very beautiful. Ain't it? Now go on and make sure you take an extra blanket to bed with you. It's getting awfully chilly these nights around here.
Wouldn't want you catching the sniffles for fun.
I nod my head as he shoots me away before turning around to continue loading more crates into the back of his small truck. As I turn around and continue my stroll forward, an appreciative smile forms on my lips, bringing the flower to my nose. A sweet, gentle scent fills my senses, and I can't help feel my smile grow. You know, that's probably the nicest conversation I've had in weeks. I secretly glance back at the old man as he waves over another vendor while beaming a giant smile. The sign that I was so previously fixated on seems to glow as a beam of moonlight reflects off it. I look down at the small flower in my hand as I twirl it. Just leave everything behind and start a brand new life in a little valley town, huh? Even just thinking about it seems so crazy. Almost like it's not even real. I can't even imagine it. My pace eventually slows down as I stop completely. A few moments pass before I hesitantly turn around to look at the sign again. No, it's beyond crazy. It's even more like impossible. Even more for someone like me who's never left the city before. I mean, come on, let's be real. I wouldn't even last a day without proper Wi-Fi. I'd probably go insane or something. My thoughts oppose my actions as I find myself standing once again in front of the sign. So, why? As I reach a hand out to touch the words in front of me, I can't help but feel tears begin to prickle in my eyes. And as I trace the words, fresh new start with my finger, I can feel my throat tighten. So why does something so ridiculous, so absolutely absurd, just sound like a dream to me right now? Why does a small act of kindness from a stranger have me feeling like this? All at once, it feels as though the weight of it all has finally caught up to me. I feel the lump in my throat as I desperately try to swallow the forming emotions inside me. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. It seems nothing ever goes the way that I hope it will, and I don't really know what to do anymore. Somehow it feels everything I do is hopeless. I let out a shaky breath as I hear a pair of slow footsteps approach me. I don't even attempt to hide the tears welling in my eyes as I slowly look up to see the old man's face from before. He shoots me a warm, sympathetic smile as he points to the flower in my hand.
You know, where I'm from, that flower there is usually given to people who leave on a journey.
It's a way to hope for prosperous new beginnings wherever they might find themselves.
Some might lose their way, but
The flower is meant to remind them that no matter where along the path of life they might be,
they can always start again.
As I stare into the old man's eyes, I can't help but smile for only the second time today. His words resonate deeply within my heart. I gaze into the beautiful petals of the flower in my hand, and for a second, it almost feels like they themselves are cheering me on. I feel a gentle hand place itself on my shoulder as I look up once again.
What's your name, Missy?
It's Cyril.
A fine name at that. Now then, tell me, are you interested in hearing more about the valley? It's never too late to start a brand new adventure, ain't it?
I chuckle as I wipe a few more stray tears from my eyes and nod my head resolutely. I am interested. Can you tell me more? It's incredible how the decisions that have the power to change your lives completely seem to happen in the blink of an eye. from those very decisions, seeds of our future sprout and bloom into the very lives set out before us.
Well, here we are. Welcome to the valley.